Gamers. This is Hako, the artist poet. Um, this is how you don't play. This is how you don't play PvP official servers. But the server is kind of chill. We've got a couple of large clans here that more or less keep things tidy, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's non-raid hours right now, so whatevs. But yeah. Um, Normally I don't do anything like this in Conan. I don't broadcast in Conan because this is probably his as well. Don't forget, when a player's offline, their gamer tag won't show up on their items. So that's how you can always tell when it's a solo or a clanless, basically. May not be a solo. He may be here partnering with other people, but he is not part of a clan. They have not claned up yet. I've got another neighbor further up the river. I actually play in the jungle quite a bit these days. I used to play up in the north, around Azagarth. Lots of yups. Yup. Trolling villagers with mammoths. Now I just fart around in the jungle, leveling my Pokemon. Ooh, this is probably not a good idea. I don't have my armor for this, and I don't have a weapon for this. This guy's way too beefy. We're gonna bail. But anyway, just wanted to share real quick. That's what you don't do in a PvP official server. Is just leave your body right out. Unless he's... Well, there is a strategy. There are groups on some of the communities. They go through Discord and Facebook also, where they are basically... they are... I don't want to say griefers, but they like raiding. They like starting a fight. They like getting servers all riled up and they get off on chaos or whatever. And a lot of what they'll do is they'll come in like this, solos, build right out in the open, pretty obvious kind of locations, lots of meta builds. I mean, half the times you can find these people stuck up in a niche somewhere per YouTube's recommendations. And what they do is they wait for someone to shoot them, or murder them while their character's asleep, murder their character while it's asleep, and then they use that as an excuse to bring in the rest of their group and just go ham on the server. And unfortunately, I have actually played Ice Dungeon with an individual or two that actually takes the bait all the time, and they don't realize that it's not something we don't want grief. We don't want people filtering in entire communities into a server just to cause chaos. This server that I've been on has had that happen a dozen times at least. Yeah, by and large, it does give you something to do. Yeah, so far I have found at least 3 solo randos, and at least and it's pretty kind of it's coincidence that the 3 of them showed up shortly after some beef came down between one of the larger clans and this other group that was deliberately pushing buttons and yanking chains to try to get a reaction. And there's better ways. There's so many other ways to do this. Like I mentioned, I've been on this server long enough to have seen all the different levels of shenanigans that can go on. I mean, I've run across groups that were flagrantly undermeshing, a couple of groups that were duplicating, doing the dupe glitch way back in 2018 summer. And then there was actually one guy who managed to hack the admin panel. I haven't seen him on the game since, so I'm guessing that Funcom probably might have actually banned him from here. But yeah, and then of course, like I said, the community clans that come in and just basically will purge a server, and that's it's PvP, so play as smart as you can, and there's a lot of politics. And my stance is always that if they want to fight, they'll do what they can to egg a fight on, and this is why I'd like to play solo as well, because then I don't have to worry about a clanmate of mine that I don't know personally finally getting their goat and having their goat gotten to by the baits and baiters, yeah, I guess. And yeah, because like I said, I have played with a group of people, and unfortunately, this one particular clan did have somebody in it that was always aggro. That looks suspicious. The jungle rhinos don't typically run into the water like that. You look for these things, you know, when you're running a server in your bed. Definitely when you're solo, you need to take some time to like walk the river in the area that you're playing. I say walk the river as in, like, you know, the river biome at the starter. They call it New River, of course. But you need to walk that from time to time just to kind of see who's moving in and be able to get an assessment of what the flow is going to be like. I'm going to get across here. I don't want to fart around with the jungle rhinos. Like I said, I don't quite have my armor and weapon for that, and this shaleback would not survive. The horse, probably. She's actually in some pretty good armor. But the shaleback would definitely pop. And I'm actually going to use the shaleback as a pack mule. Kind of a low impact pack mule. And I think that's a boss rhino. Yeah, that is a much bigger beast. That's definitely the elite. Okay. Good idea to... Yeah, that's the elite. Good choice getting across the river. So anyway, yeah, out towards that direction, I have some neighbors. There's a person who's basically body vaulting on that little islet, that little plateau right there. Oh, I can take this guy. I got enough for him. Not. Well, I am close enough to home, so let's see if the shaleback can do it. That stupid bleed. Wish there was some kind of like a salve or something you could put that would like instant. Well, actually, wait. Not bandages, but there's something that you can use that instantly reduces the bleed. So, pokey pokey. Cool. Let's see what he's got inside. Pinata. Just a bunch of demon blood. Actually, I could still use, but still. Alrighty then. Well, that's going to be it for now. Just kind of wanted to point out, like I said, there's a guy over there. Now we found that dude back there. There's a full clan, one of the larger groups that are on the server, camped out on one of these two islands. They got a big old palace, and I did have a neighbor next to my little spot, but they had let it go on the seed, so I took it over. My plan was originally to just kind of like come down all the way down the coast to right about here roughly, because out in that direction, there you go, there's that. That's one of their places, and then they have a bigger place over there. But that's about all for now. I'll catch you guys later. Just a quick drop. If you're gonna play PvP and you're gonna body vault it, then make sure that you put all your shit away when you're off game, and make sure you stash yourself somewhere, like up in a tree. You know, that's pretty darn. That's what I would do. That's what I have done during there's this one summer that was like completely crazy, and we all had to just scatter. But yeah, that's what I did. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for stopping by.